She's wild, level 1. It's not going to be a hard thing to get. Oh, that was anticlimactic. Welcome back, everyone, for more Ark Survival. We are here at my raft because with the dodo coop, that's just one part of what I'm working on. I'm trying to get a bunch of egg production going, stuff like that, so I can work on making kibble, so I can do more taming. And I did just tame a tapajara. Happened to find one just flying around a good spot, knocked him down. I've got a tapajara, which is cool. But it was a pain seeing they're waiting on him to tame. Granted, bad example for a taming raft idea, but I want to remodel this. I'm going to redo this whole thing today, rip it apart, rebuild it from scratch as a taming and storage production type raft. And I'm not going to do just random. I'm actually going to borrow inspiration from Courtney Chan Gaming. I'll link their video below in the description if you want to check it out. But we're going to borrow some of that design because it looks good. I am going to make some of my own adjustments. And with that said, about to rip this thing apart. So here I go. Raft is clear. The first thing I'm going to do differently is instead of sinking my foundations, because I'm assuming if that was still a benefit over the S Plus mods raft platform, the raft platform would not exist anymore. So I'm going to use the raft platform, and that's where I'm going to have to go and get me, not foundation. All right. Well, I thought foundations was snap, maybe. I was wrong. I can still do that. I'll need some ceiling pieces for it. Oh, you know, let's just see. If it doesn't work, then I lose a foundation. Yep, lost a foundation. Okay, so I need, instead of foundations, I'm going to do ceiling tiles for all of this. Stone wall there, but not, so I can't do a stone wall on that because that's too far for foundation support. Really? How is that too far? Nearby foundation support. So these don't count well enough to be foundations. That's kind of dumb. The foundation's there and it doesn't count. Why is it not counting? And why is that? That may actually come out. That seems to be more of a hindrance. And it still doesn't work. Why is that such a problem? That I mean, I've got the foundations now. There's no excuse to say there's no foundation support because it's all foundations. Why is it that mine seems to be not wanting to play nice, but the doorway places? The wall won't place, but the door frame, well, now the door frame doesn't place. It just placed. It was green. And now it's like, no, never mind. I'm not doing that. This is one of the things like why I never really got into Ark years ago because of bugs like this. Okay, maybe that. Okay, it's not showing anything there. It does look like it's maybe a little too far on that side. No, it actually works. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now, if you're not familiar with the whole idea of sinking a foundation, the foundation is supposed to snap, basically cause the pillar to snap. And I'm using the regular pillar because the S Plus pillars are short and I feel like they're not going to work the same way. Let's see, what is it? It's supposed to snap. There we go. Yeah, it's supposed to snap closer. There, you can see it. One is slightly lower than the other. So basically, I'm just going to keep snapping them like this. That's weird that it won't snap one direction, but it will snap close on the other direction. Oh, yeah, like that. So there we go. I'm going to get a stone floor all the way across. It basically is going to be, it's almost flush to the floor of the raft, which is kind of preferable. I still want to see the steering handle, you know, so I can it's not like I'm steering through the floor itself. Oh no, you don't. I am getting so frustrated with this. This is not at all how it's supposed to be working. So I looked and I think what I did was I got off on my configuration based on the example I'm going from. So I'm actually about to rip this back down to just one spot. See if I can reposition this right. Oh, this is just getting worse. Now I won't even do the sides where it was working before. There is just something wrong here. I don't get this. Why include something that you're gonna make it be so horrible to do? Because this is really bad. Oh, you know, I was forget it. And I somehow managed to break that, even though it should have been I guess it was too low at this point. Okay, this is the last time I am trying this. I'm assuming that looking back at the video again, back at the design, I think it's just a case of he lined it up just right in a certain spot that allowed it to work perfectly as being the right fit between the front and the back. So I'm going to see if I can get that to work. That looks pretty good except for the angle being off. I think I might have it. I'm not lining it up to the back, to the rudder. I'm not lining it up to the side. I'm lining it up to the center, or what I can gauge as the center of the raft itself. By the fact that I'm, you know, in the free camera mode and I slid forward a couple of feet. And I'm not going as low on the platform aspect as he was, but I don't want to be that low. And yeah, it's definitely not working the same for me because that is not placing there. Yeah, that's about the same position that his design is. So something's wrong. There's something wrong because it's not working the same on my game that is for his. Granted, his video is a little older, but still, I would think that that minor of a change would not be a thing. But apparently it is. Something changed and broke all this, and that's still broken. The S Plus raft foundation centers on the raft, so that is dead center to the middle of this. Yet this side will build. You know, no problem. It's not giving me any issues right there. It's building a ceiling there, but that one's not. You know what? Just to make sure it's not a problem, I'm moving. There is seriously something wrong in my game. It's not just in my head at this point. I can show that it builds uneven. It works there, doesn't work there. And that would be further out. That's where it should be building to with this side. Something is wrong in my game with my raft. And now we're back to the exact same thing I had. I'm on a foundation, and I cannot place a wall. And that's a foundation, and I can place a... well, now I can't place a wall there. It was green. I can place the wall with a ceiling, and it doesn't require foundation support. So the entire problem I'm having is trying to use foundations, which is supposed to be a thing. So the whole back of this has to be just ceiling tiles. And that is absolutely idiotic. Okay, I am now officially mad because the whole thing in this is a vanilla design, and you're supposed to be able to place a dinosaur gate in order to let the dinos through, and it's saying not allowed on this platform. Well then, if I cannot place a dino gate on this platform, and then this whole design is just a waste of time. And basically, yeah, this was not what it's supposed to be. Okay, trying this again. This time, any place that I cannot build, if it starts to give me problems, I am not going to use a foundation. So I stopped the game for a moment. I had to take a breather and I did some digging. And yes, this was a feature in the game in the past. People could place the gateways on rafts. It wasn't a problem. And then something got changed and there was an override that I had to add to the config file for it to work. So this used to be vanilla, but it's not vanilla anymore. So you will have to do some adjusting as I did for this to work. So now I think I might be able to get back going in the right direction on this. At least I hope I can. Okay, finally. So there we go. S plus gates. So it will auto open. And so basically this is the one to let them come in here into my little private area while I'm driving the raft. And this is so once they're tamed, I can get them back out again without having to take a wall or two off every time I need to get a new tame mount. If it's a taller one, Carnotasaur, something like that, shoot through there while they are trying to get at me. Also, I added slopes here. Now, one thing I'm going to leave out for now, because I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue, I've got my otter, which I learned helps with your insulation, your hyperthermal insulation by having the otter on your shoulder. I am going to not worry about enclosing this just yet. I'm going to wait and see how my item count does at the end of this. But there, basically, we've got this. And now, you know, if need be, I can run out this way real quick if I'm getting them to chase me inside. And so once they come inside, they're going to be trapped. And we just shoot them with tranks and then hand them some food. Let them tame. Gonna get the ceiling put in. And the way this was done on the design that I'm following was to have a hatch frame. And oh, I am... Wait. Do I not have stone hatch? Stone hatch? I don't. I did not unlock it. I haven't used it till now. So, okay. There we go. Got that. And basically that will go... Well, that's a little worrisome for me. That. And there we go. So, climb up. I will put like a hatch there, you know, the trapdoor. And the whole point of the railing is so when you're getting chased by the dinosaur, it has something to bump into to keep it from managing to jump over here and mess the whole trap up. I mean, granted, that's not a huge amount of space for certain dinosaurs to get trapped in, but, you know, that's kind of the idea. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to go ahead and do this side as well so I don't fall off the edge. For this part, I got to put the ramps in. I did use S plus on all of this, which means there's a slightly different angle for everything than the normal ramps. And apparently I'm just getting stuck all over the place there. So I'm going to stick with the S plus so it doesn't change the angle any further. The normal ramps have a much sharper angle than the S plus. However, the S plus is still lined up to the ground there. If it becomes an issue, I'll swap it out. But because I'm using S plus, I'm sticking with that across the board for that reason. Plus, I already had them. And boom, like that. So I'm short crystal right now. I don't have enough. I'll have to go get some more with my new Tapajara, which is so awesome. But I'll just basically make one more right there. Doesn't even look like it's actually mounted to it, but it is. And that way, you know, when I'm steering, I can kind of still have that visual of looking out where I'm going. But it's going to keep the creatures on the island from seeing me inside. Also, while that has a light option, it's not going to be an automatic light. So I'm going to put I really want it to be centered. We'll put it like right here. Basically gives me, again, a small interior area to keep a creature, like a Castoroides, something like that can fit inside, just to keep it hidden, therefore protected, not visible. And if I find a creature I want to get, I can bring it in, tame it, or, you know, trank it, let it go to sleep. I'll have the supplies I need food-wise, but with the feeding trough, not only take care of my dinos, my creatures I take with me, but the ones I tame, I could go in there and grab what I need, keep the food there, slow down how long it's going to actually take to decay, and there you go. And then I still have my production, my storage, and if I really, really need to, I can always just, store a couple of dinos inside the taming area and just decide I'm not going to tame anything while I'm out. So many eggs. So, because they're glitching. Was it from 0 to 12 eggs in that one go? We'll just keep it close right now to the shore. Nothing super far. You know what? I could use a parasaur. I've got a female tech and I've got a male normie. So what are you? Are you a female? Female. No, yes, female parasaur, and she's wild, level 1. It's not gonna be a hard thing to get. Oh, that was anticlimactic. There's actually no carnivores over here for a change. So, well, boss chops, but they don't count. Not the test I really wanted, but the idea being it's the perfect distance. You can do a nice jump and run, and as you're being chased, jump over here. And as long as they're not moving too quickly, they fall in to the trap. And then you're just like, ooh, I go in here. Look at this. Trank. Oh, you're a little taller. Trank. And then here's some narcotic and, go sleepy time. And at this point, creature's asleep, munching on the noms that I gave it. And I'm driving back while it tames in the background behind me. Easy, a little safer, and hopefully just as effective as it was before.